thank goodness you're here. I have a couple questions before we get started, okay? All right, how do you feel when you see this? Cool. Now, how do you feel when you see this? Interesting. All right, how about this? And this. Are you getting this sense of excitement? Perhaps a butterfly or two in the tummy region. That's the normal response to hand-painted floral pieces of clothing to celebrate the coming of spring. And that's exactly what we're gonna make in this video. When I saw this spring-summer 1996 Gucci by Tom Ford floral split maxi skirt, I knew I had to make something similar. This whole collection is filled with these hand-painted, verdant patterns and textures that make me feel like one heck of a Persephone. So we're gonna be hand-painting an entire spring outfit inspired by these washy, blurry florals using 100% secondhand items. You know what that means. To the thrift store. Okay, to the art supply store first, but then to the thrift store. Here's what I ended up finding. This corset top from Abercrombie. I also found this cute eyelet shirt that's 100% cotton, so I think it'll work well with the dye. And then I already had the skirt in my closet. Next, here are the supplies that you're gonna need. I have these powder dyes from Jacquard, some brushes, soda ash, which is a dye fixative, and some vessels to put the dye within. Also, you're gonna need gloves to protect your skin. And if we're needing even more inspiration for our spring looks, then let's hear a word from today's sponsor. I'm a firm believer that you can find pretty much anything you could ever want or need in life secondhand. But when hunting through the thrift store isn't yielding the result that I need, or maybe I'm in a bit of a time crunch to find something specific for an event, and I'm lost at sea with no options, a lighthouse beckons to me in the night. And that lighthouse is ThredUp, the sponsor of today's video. Thank you, ThredUp. Thank you for saving me from almost certain disaster. So I wanted to find some springy, summery staples that I can mix and match and build tons of outfits with. First, we have a very summer clown moment with this skirt from Beulah Style. The estimated retail is $125, but it was on ThredUp for $26. How perfect is this? We could go baggy on baggy or tiny top with platform stompers. Also, we've got this plissé cocktail dress from Rails with an estimated retail price of $238, but it was on ThredUp for $34. I love this blue layered with the orange. And finally, these wide leg Madras patchwork cargo pants. These are my favorite thing I own right now. And they look cute with the dress. These are from Cynthia Raleigh. Estimated retail is $425, but they were on ThredUp for $180. If you've seen me in real life the last couple of weeks, I was probably wearing these. I cannot and I will not take them off. And if you're interested in finding a similar pair, but maybe you want a different color, a different price point, ThredUp has really fine-tuned their search mechanisms with improved search. You can get so specific. For example, if you search wide leg plaid cargo pants with multiple pockets and earthy tones, boom, tons of options that you can filter by price, brand. Now, I have a secret to share. I'm always favoriting items on ThredUp either for later or for inspiration. And if you want to snoop around my favorites, which I know you do, and snag some of them or use them as a jumping off point, you can, because we've got a link to my favorites down in the description box and a really special discount. You can shop hundreds of brands for a fraction of the price, all in one place. So tap the link down below and use code Kathleen50 to shop my ThredUp favorites and find something special for any occasion. Thank you, ThredUp. Now I'm gonna get back to swinging paint and dye around, so let's change out of these nice studs for now. This here. It's time to sketch our designs. And you know what I probably should have done before I washed the clothing and started soaking it in soda ash? I probably should have taken pictures of it so I could know what they look like to make an accurate mock-up. Okay, Now, usually I have a glut of ideas for what I want to do for my projects. Too many ideas. This time, I know exactly what I want to do. My matching set is basically going to be a meadow of daffodils. I'm looking at some daffodils in a meadow right outside my window right now, so we've got some in real life reference. Love that. I was thinking it'd be really cool to dye the whole thing green with kind of a mottled texture and then hand paint in little pockets of daffodils here and there. And one thing I was thinking about was, oh, well, how big do I want the daffodils to be? Do I want this to be like teeny tiny little daffodils sprinkled all over, almost like a ditzy floral pattern? Or do I want them to be huge and like abstract? And I think the answer is somewhere in the middle. I'll know it when I see it, and I have a very specific idea of what the size of these flowers are gonna be. Why do I have such a strong opinion about this? I don't know. I'm not in charge of my thoughts. Isn't that what being a creative director is all about? Having extremely strong opinions about shit that doesn't matter? There are two main sources of inspiration for this project. And the first one has gotta be the magician Emma over at Swan Gossip Shop on Instagram. Emma hand paints such gorgeous, whimsical, fluttery imagery onto articles of clothing. And if you like this kind of thing that I'm doing, you're doing yourself a disservice by not going to her account, giving her a follower. Giving her a follow. She's incredible. It makes the process look way too easy. I know it's not now from experience. So shouts out, swans up to Emma. And secondly, if you want something a little more hard rock, a little more intense, you've got to check out Pirosmani's studio on Instagram. The designer's name is Jenya, and these pieces, oh my gosh, it is pure anime supervillain wear in the coolest way. I love the textures. I love the gritty nature of the pieces. If you want to know what Slender Man would be wearing on, like, I don't know, a Schiaparelli runway show, it would be this. And if you have any artists that you're super inspired by who make handcrafted clothing, apparel, what have you, drop them down in the comments. Let's share our faves. I love this little hive mind when we really get going. It's finally time. Have I been procrastinating because I'm scared? Yeah. Also had to wash all my white garments. And did my skirt shrink a little bit even though I didn't use any hot water? Yes, because it's a rayon blend, and we all know that rayon is a tricky little minx that likes to shrink. I guess I need to take this off, huh? I finally kind of worked up the gumption to do this, mix these dyes, paint this skirt, possibly fail, and then I realized I had to soak the skirt for 20 minutes in soda ash. So, not sure what to do with all of this momentum. I don't usually have it. Welcome to my mud room. Is this mud room reveal? Here's my thought. We're gonna make big fields of the 2 shades of green and leave white areas where the flowers are gonna be. Then we can go back in and paint with the yellow, or maybe leave some of them white. I mean, that seems to be what makes sense to me. And I'm not gonna know until I try. Ooh. I can't stop thinking about this project. I've been working on this across a couple of days, and in the in-betweens, you know, when I have to like work my real job or eat or sleep, I'm just thinking about painting on clothes with powder dye. And that's a good feeling to have, to be dreaming of creation. Literally what else could I want in this little life of mine than to be excited about making art? Anyways, I think it's about time to try these on. This kind of just ended up looking like tie-dye. Okay, so clearly I didn't just make one top and one skirt as initially planned. Y'all know I got caught up in it. So let me tell you what happened, what my thinking was. Okay, we had the skirt, the OG, and I loved how kind of pale and watercolory it turned out. The water at the bottom, so cool. So then I started working on the top, and this eyelet blouse is 100% cotton, and this is like a rayon linen blend. So the way that the dye took to the two pieces is a little bit different. It actually doesn't look too stark on camera, but the shirt is definitely like vibrant, and this is much more muted pastel. So I made a pastel-y top as well. Turned out so pastel mostly because this is a polyester blend, and that type of ink doesn't really adhere to polyester, or at least it's a lot lighter. So let's try on the original set, and then we'll swap some things out. You think you've seen frolicking? You've never seen me frolic! Can you still see me? It's so cold. It's so cold. Just a balmy 45 degrees. I literally just steamed this before putting it on. The wrinkles are part of the carefree attitude, okay? That's actually what my fart sounded like. That would be cause for concern. That was a dry fart. This shirt also definitely shrunk a little bit. I did end up throwing it in the dryer after I'd rinsed out the dye. Not when it was like sopping wet, but when it was damp. And that definitely shrunk it up just a little bit. It still fits. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Do we go full green monster with the little pillbox hat? Not today. Not today. Wow. I really am so pleased with how the daffodils turned out on this shirt. It really does feel like a painting, which it is. Let's try the other shirt too. Now I feel like a certified meadow princess. The princess of the meadow. What shoes? What shoes? Would the princess of the meadow wear big stompy black boots? I mean, this one would. I went a lot more washy, wishy-washy with the flowers on the top. It's just a hint. The essence of some flowers. This is really doing it for me. I don't think I've put together such a princess in a silly goofy mood outfit in a while, and it really does feel right. We increased the princess vibes with a little ribbon necklace with our rocking horse charms. I feel so cool. I do feel like this top is giving a little heaving bosom. A little bit. That's not bad. It's just not really what I typically go for, but maybe I should. I just can't stop staring. So I made the mistake of, on the skirt especially, using chalk in a really dark saturated color to sketch out my flowers. I don't know why I did that. You should probably use a really light color if you're gonna do that. So there's still some, I don't know if you can see that, like chalk stains. I was able to scrub away most of the chalk on this area, so that's good to know. Okay, I kind of want to try these pieces with some other pieces in my closet to see how it goes. Let's have a little dress up time. Didn't think I could get any more princessy than it was, but somehow we got there. Cute. Wow. Can we put a hat on a hat? Can we put a DIY on a DIY and make it even better? I think we can. Sleeves down. I think I know what I would wear to the Renaissance Festival this year. Let's try the clowny skirt from earlier. Oh my gosh. Freaking cute. Can't even talk. What a combo. Don't mind me, just gotta take a pic real quick. You gotta take pics when the getting's good. I just remember there's one shirt that we haven't even tried yet. The faux tie-dye one. This one. Kinda wanna try it layered so that we get kind of this 3-tiered cake kind of thing. Oh yeah. It's almost like an interesting take on like a waistcoat or a vest that you would wear over some sort of button-up with the extra girly-ish detail of the lace and the eyelets. I feel like it would also be cute over like a little baby tee. Interesting. I have to keep playing with this one to really figure out how I like to style it. But it is kind of the perfect layering piece to just throw in there for a little extra bit of detail, interest, color, texture, all the good things. Well, what'd you think? I think I officially feel ready for spring. How about you? Sorry to everyone in the southern hemisphere. Let me know if you've ever tried dyeing with these powder type dyes before. Maybe you're a total tie-dye wizard and you have some sweet hot tips for how to get the perfect dye. Let us know down in the comments. I'll also leave the link for the instructions on how to use the powder dyes that I use down in the description box in case you have any questions. I'm not a professional, but there are a lot of great resources on YouTube and all over the internet for you to utilize. And hopefully this was a good source of inspiration for you. Thank you again to ThredUp for sponsoring this video. Again, you can shop hundreds of brands for a fraction of the price, all in one place with ThredUp, so tap the link down in my description and use code Kathleen50 to shop my ThredUp favorites and find something special for any occasion. I gotta get out of here because I think I need to go gather up every white cotton item of clothing that I have and paint all over the dang things and start cooking up some more hand-painted fabric ideas. If you like this video and you like thrifting or personal style or illustration, feel free to subscribe. I think you'd like it here. And you can also come hang out on Instagram at kathleenillustrated. If you followed me on Instagram over the last week, you've seen a couple sneak peeks of this process. Okay, I gotta go. What can I say? I gotta go. You're very stinky. Bye.